or our attention now in here is to locate the foci, okay, under the ellipse, or foci of the ellipse. Now, how do we locate the foci, or shall we say the focus 1 and focus 2 in our ellipse? As I said, before we're going to solve that one, or before we're going to locate, we just do not just put any dot points along your major axis. But definitely, the one that you're going to look into is, of course, as I said, having the value A, B. The next thing that you're going to compute is for the value of C. Okay? Meaning, the value of C, as I said, is actually the one that will dictate to you the location of the focus. Okay? It is the one that dictates to you the location of the focus. And so that, when we are going to look for the value of C, as I said, our unknown in here is actually 1 is C, and that's the time we can now locate the coordinates of focus 1, and we can locate the coordinates of the focus 2, or shall we say, the foci. Okay? Foci is the plural form of the focus. Okay? You follow?
Yes.
Okay, now, notice that when we are going to have the value of C, we make use of this working equation. So our working equation for our C is actually coming from this one. C squared is equal to A raised to 2 minus B squared. Or that is the same as the square root of, or C is equal to the square root of what? The square root of A squared minus B squared. Okay? B squared. Meaning to say, to look for the C is actually to look for the accurate location of the foci. Okay? Accurate location of the foci. Now we have already the A. Okay? So anong gagawin mo? What are you going to do? You just substitute. So that is the same as, having said that one, that is the same as C is equal to the square root of what is your A? 7 raised to 2 minus B? 5 raised to 2. And so, would you mind to compute for the root of this one? That is 49 minus 25. So, that is the same as what must be the square root? The square root? 4 point? Again? 4.9. Okay, 4 point. Rounded ba yan? Give me the exact. Oh, so 4.90. Okay? Round natin. Okay, so that must be our C. Okay, that must be our C. Meaning, when we have already the value of C, that's the time now we can locate the exact location of what? The focus. Okay? So, where is the focus? It is a measure coming from the center going to the dictate of the value of C, which is the same as 4.90. Okay? More or less, you do not put that one in the 5. So that is 0. That is from the center going to what? Okay, very near to 5. Okay, ayan. So that must be the location. Now we say that this must be our focus 1. Now what about the location of the focus 2? Is still the same. We take that measure, that is 4.90 going to the left side. So that must be in here, that is located in here. Okay? More or less, it touches the 5. Okay? So that if you're going to round that one, that is the same as 5. Very close to 5. Okay? Do you follow?
Yes.
Now, that's the time now we can now identify. We will identify now the foci 1. So what is foci 1? Foci 1 or focus 1 is, that is the same as, it has a measure of 4.90 and 0. What about the focus 2? Negative 4.90 and 0. Now, It is in here now that upon locating the exact location of focus 1 and focus 2, we can now verify the definition of the ellipse that says that the sum of the segment coming from the fixed point, focus 1 and focus 2, with the common point, shall we say our common point is in here. That is the same as point A. So we make use of vertex 0 and 5 to be our point A. Okay? To be our point A. Meaning, if we are going to get the distance of this one, and added with the distance of focus 1 to point A, we are going to add that one. According to that definition, the result is constant. Do you follow? The result is constant. Meaning, when we are going to have that constant, or what must be that constant? What must be the value of that constant? Meaning, we have to compute. Okay, we have to compute. So it says in there, the segment from point A going to focus 1, segment from point A going to focus 1 plus point A going to focus 2, the result is constant. Now, our problem is, what is that constant? Okay, what is that constant? Now, how do you do that one? Again, what are you going to make use? The same as the distance formula. Okay? So, meaning, you are going to compute the distance of point A going to focus 1. So, that is the same as point A going to focus 1 is equal to the square root of what? Ayan, we have already presented to you the distance formula. That is the same as x sub 1 minus x sub 2 raised to the second power. And that is the same as y sub 1 minus y sub 2. Okay? Raised to the second power. The same as we get this one. Okay? We will get again the distance of this one. F point A to focus 2. So that is the same as we apply. That is the same as, okay, point A to focus 2 is the same as the square root. Okay? The square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 raised to the second power plus the quantity y sub 1 minus y sub 2 raised to the second power. Upon having now the result of the two operation, that's the time we're going to add according to this one, and that must be the value of the constant. Okay? That must be the value of the constant. Okay? Now, how do we compute? Now, we have to analyze the sequence of our point. So what comes first is point A, followed by focus 1. So that if we are going to replace this one, we will substitute our x1 and y1 will always be the coordinates of the A. You follow? Okay. The coordinates of focus 2 will fill in the x sub 2 and then the y sub 2. And that is how you're going to follow the working equation. You do not make any kind of substitution in here. It must be a sequential. Okay? It must be a sequential. Now let's try to have. So the square root of the quantity, what is x sub 1? X sub 1 is 0. as accordingly that is minus. What must be our x sub 1 for focus 1? That is the same as 4.90. Okay? That is raised to the second power. Again, that is added to what is y sub 1 in our point A? That is 5. Okay? 5 minus what is our y sub 2? That is the same as 0 raised to the second power. Now after that one, that's the time you're going to compute as according to the dictate of your exponent. So we have in here now negative 4.90 raised to the second power. Would you mind to press that one in your calculator? That is the same as 5 raised to the second power. And so that is the same as we have in here. Oh, what is that? 24.01 plus 25. And so you have now a result of what? 49.01. Of course, extracting the root of that one, that is 7. 7.000. What's next? 7. Stop na dyan. We'll stop here. Okay. So meaning, the value of this one, or the segment coming from this point going to this one, is actually 7. We round it off. Okay? We round it off. That is the same as 7.0. 7.0. Now, will it give you the same result if I'm going to compute for the distance between A and focus 2? Again, let's try to calculate. Okay, let's try to calculate. That is the same as the square root of the quantity. What is our x sub 1? 0. Minus what is our x sub 2? Negative 4.90 raised to the second power. Negative minus negative 4.90. As I said, you try to follow in toto the symbols. Okay, so that you will not commit mistake. Now, what about our y sub 2? That is the same as y sub 1 is 5 minus, that is the same as 0. Okay, that is the same as 0. Now it will give you a result now of the same as, now it will give you that is already positive. Okay, that's positive 4.90 raised to the second power plus 5 raised to the second power, and so it will give you now a result. A result of what? The square root of 24.01 plus 25. And so it will give you now, that is the same as the square root of 49.01. What is the square root? That is the same as 7.0001. 001. So meaning to say, having said that one, that is the same now as rounding off 7.0. Now what is the result of the constant? 14. So meaning to say, we will say that this 14 is considered to be a constant.